I command you in the name of Lucifer to spread the blood of the innocent.
Oh my God, Chicago kicks ass.
Hey guys, welcome back. Story time with Uncle Fester. This happened about 6 years ago or so, give or take. I went down to work, I had the graveyard shift. Now my job duty was to pack stuff into the shelves, so we'll wait till the store closes down. So it was like any other day, show up to the shift, clock in, and I usually took a restroom break. So I go down to the restroom, open the stall, and I noticed there's a guy next to me. And I'm trying to be polite, so I keep on flushing the toilet to like muffle out the sound. I didn't want anybody hearing my business, you know what I'm saying? There was somebody in the stall right next to me, and I noticed they weren't moving or making any sounds. It was making me uncomfortable because I couldn't use the restroom. So I was flushing, muffling out the sound, flushing, muffling out the sound. Finally I got out, washed my hands, but I'm like, man, that guy's been there for a while. So I knocked on the stall, nobody answered. So I looked at the pants he was wearing, they had paint on them. The store that we work for, nobody's painting anything. So I knew he wasn't supposed to be there. The store had already closed an hour. And there I am, trying not to disturb the guy or trying not to make him feel comfortable. But I did go to the manager and I said, hey, you know what? There's a guy on the stall. He's not responding. There's nothing I can do. He's like, let's go check it out. My manager is I'm big. My manager was a huge guy. Like super huge. He goes down there and he's like, we're gonna get him out of there. So the manager started banging up the wall. Hey, the store's closed, you gotta get out of here. And there was no response. So I stopped for a second and I'm like, hey, yo, I think this dude might be gone. So what I do is I said, hey man, I'm gonna peek over and I'm not trying to invade your privacy. So then I go over the stall and I noticed there was a lifeless body there. So I removed the latch and I opened the door, and my manager asked me, hey man, should I shake him? That job is around in a weird area. So we thought maybe he was drugged up or something. Maybe he had shot up heroin. We don't know what was going on. At this point, we just see a body there. It's not moving. So my manager was gonna shake him. I said, hey yo man, don't touch him. Good thing I told him that, because it turns out that once you touch the body, then you're messing up the evidence. That's what you're doing. What we did next is we called the cops. The cops show up, and then no ambulance came. Instead, the coroner came. So the police interviewed me, asked me what's going on, and I told them, hey man, I went to the restroom, noticed dude was wearing some pants with paint. Obviously he didn't belong here. And so I called my manager, and then we opened the stall together, and there was no response coming from the guy. So the coroner came, picked him up, and said possibly it might be a heart attack. And he said people, when they feel like they're gonna get a heart attack, they feel the urge to go to the restroom. That's what some people do. Unfortunately for this guy, so I found the dead guy around 10:30, and he had passed around 12 in the afternoon. I know this because they checked the cameras later on, and you can see the guy walking in with his wife. And fortunately, when he went to the restroom, his wife lost track of him. And they sent someone to go check the restrooms. They couldn't find the guy, so the lady left because she just didn't know what to do at that point. There was no response. He wasn't answering. So the wife left. She called back later on if they knew anything about him. There was still no information to give her. Of course, that's until I found him around 10:30 at night. I was talking to the coroner, and he told me that the same thing happened the day before at a McDonald's. So this is something very common. Now, I have a phobia of dying in a public restroom ever since that, or anywhere that is. I want to die peacefully in my home, but hey man, that's life. Now, I'm going to read you guys a story that I found online that's similar to that situation. And here's that story. A Georgia woman who worked for Whole Foods Market was reportedly found dead in her job's bathroom on Monday morning. That's everybody's nightmare. She was 31 years old, and this happened at the Whole Foods. An employee was trying to use the restroom, and it had been locked since the day before. This male co-worker used a pocket knife to unlock the door after repeatedly knocking and not getting any answers. He tried to use the restroom at around 6:45 a.m. but discovered the door was locked. He returned and another employee told him that the door had been locked since the previous day. The police report said. The male employee reportedly claimed he found the young woman slumped over the toilet, kind of like how I found the guy. He also described her as being stiff and cold to touch. The police department spokesperson told the news outlet that the investigation will remain open at least until they receive a report from Cobb County Medical Examiner's office. Let me know if you have seen a dead body before. Hopefully you were not involved like in a stabbing crime or some shit like that. But it happens all the time. Let me know if you have any weird stories like that. I'm pretty sure there's all kinds of crazy stories out there going around. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.